Yeah.
Oh, I've just been vibing.
Discount bourbon review. We're back. And this day we got Ezra Brooks 99. It's a Lux Row Distillery product, and it's the base entry, I believe, into the overall product. I think there's the collection. I think there's the old Ezra number 7. I think there's a bit more rare stuff as well. I know I've certainly been seeing that 7 floating around.
At least just a couple of times today. I don't think I've noticed it anywhere else previously, but at least today we saw it at a couple of other places. Uh, Made, distilled, and aged in Kentucky for Lux Row Distilleries, but it doesn't exactly let us know who
Yeah,
made it.
made
So,
by someone else for Lux Row.
Yeah. So, not the full stamp of approval. I like to see
We like to see distilled, aged, and bottled all in one place.
Just one building, one estate, one area.
It doesn't have to be same years. It doesn't have to be all in 1 year. It doesn't have to be all the bottled and bond strict, but we like one place.
I like one place.
But there are some designations that give us some hints as to what's going on here.
Kentucky straight.
We
do like seeing that.
So Kentucky at least for 1 year, and then straight at least in barrels for 2 years.
Yep. 99 proof. We've got a, 78 corn, 10 rye, and 12 malted barley kind of mash bill going on with it.
We got an exact mash bill on that.
Yep.
So nothing, no wheat like we like to see. We're a little bit with wheated boys. We like it sweet. Can't you tell I asked for sweet boys? But it's got some malted barley there, which should bring some interesting flavor characteristics to it. 99 proof, so I'm expecting, a little bit more of those vanilla and high oaks, maybe into those light, red cherry fruits if we can find it. We'll see. Anything else to add on this?
I think that's about it.
I think that's it
for us.
Let's do it.
I've been a big fan. We haven't had this one a part of our collective collection for very long. So I haven't had the chance to really try it personally yet. I know you've had a little sipper of it before.
We had a failed 10-minute video before this. That's a whole nother story. But they don't need to know about that.
Don't need to know about it. But I like a 99 proof. I like higher proof. I want to get those really complex levels to it. So I've got some high expectations for it.
Woo! It does hit you on the nose right there immediately.
It kind of does.
He greets you. But once you get your nose back in, and he's tamed for that smell.
I would say very spicy.
It's very spicy. There's not a lot of that red fruit like I was expecting.
I was kind of expecting more red fruit, more vanilla, but he's very spicy.
He's got a lot of those oak and leather tannins available to him.
Oh yeah. The thing I like about the smell sometimes for me just give me a lot more story into what it might have to offer. Sometimes those smells can be a little diluted and the flavors really can help fill in those blanks for you, but a lot of the times for me, just the smells are enough of a complex story that I want to read through. I want to know it. I want to know the intricacies of it. I'm getting a little bit of citrus on the end of the nose as well.
As I go in for that first bite, it's really good. There's a lot of spice, but it's subdued. It's not as loud as some of the other ones that I've had. It really kind of sits there on your tongue with a bunch of that wood.
It is very
oaky. Good.
It's very good. But you can get a lot of I would say spice, definitely. But towards the end there, right as it mellows out, it wants to give you a lot of that oak right there at the end of it. You can really taste it.
He's just thin, too. He's playing on that line between watery and oily that some of those whiskeys can have. He's thin, kind of hard to distinguish between.
Yeah. He kind of likes to linger, too. Was it the Bladen Bow also that was lingering around for a good little bit? Because I'm getting the same kind of vibe from this guy.
You'll have to check out that review, see what we thought about the Bladen Bow. But yeah.
It's even just first little sips. He wants to hang around and he really wants you to kind of feel him out.
Mm-hmm. One thing I can't help but notice is the long legs. I noticed that as the dribbles come down the side of the glass here, the slower they go, the higher the proof. And it's something just unique to kind of watch and witness as you swirl different whiskeys around. Tons of spice, tons of vanilla.
It is a lot of spice.
Real good. And oaky. I feel like I've got it mapped out, at least for my profile. Following some leather. You know what I mean?
I can kind of get the leather. I get a lot more oak, just straight wood oak.
Like you're just out there just like sniffing a tree.
Almost, just nibbling right on the bark.
Like
you know
right
what I
after
mean?
it rains, you're just out there just like,
Yeah.
this is a good tree.
But it's very good. It's very, very spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I think when it comes to spice flavor in there, I think that might have been the spiciest one I've tried so far. Maybe it's because I'm just typically more of a weeded boy, and maybe some of these more
The rye berry.
rye heavy ones, they a little bit more spicy, but I'm very surprised by that. Very spicy. Wants to.
Look at that charcoal mellowed there on the side.
It is
They
charcoal
filter
mellowed.
it.
Yeah. Oh, those last little smells in here, they tell. You can find the red fruit there.
But that's in this evaporations, that last alcohol. Just you're right. There's a bit. More present than before. I definitely had to agree with your statement about the kind of wet wood oak. Maybe my statement that I enforced upon you, but I agree with that characteristic. I think that was there. Now that it's just a lot of red fruit after the fact.
Yeah.
But Ezra Brooks 99. As for the nose,
nose is an easy 7-8 for me. It's a very good, very good smell. I could sit there and probably smell him for a good 30 minutes just trying to really unpack him. He's got good layers. Nothing crazy particular about him, though. You know what I mean? Nothing really to write home about.
I think I gotta agree with that statement a lot. I really like his overall smell. It's very complex and a lot different than what I'm used to smelling. It's just got some good warmth to it. I'd like to spend a little bit more time on it, so I think a 7 or an 8, especially. I know you're supposed to keep all three categories separate of the fact, but at the price point, I think it's a pretty good nose. It's a pretty good nose that you can sit on for a while, but it's just not an amazing nose. So I think it's a good solid 7.
Price for me, just price by itself is an easy 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Price for the quality,
$25.
To 9. I think it's something that should definitely be kept on a bar. And to round it out as far as taste, I think I'm about an 8. I think it's a pretty good, tasty whiskey, but is it something that I'm just like, yes, every day I gotta have it? Yeah.
I typically, I think we're on the books with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's a very good whiskey. I'd definitely give it some more sips. I'm not gonna lie, for $25 though.
That's what the price category is for. We got a 9. And you know what, honestly,
I would probably make him a mixer.
Really? I think you're gonna designate him as a cocktail instead of a sipper.
Maybe not a full designation. He can kind of tip that
split.
I want to give it a try in a little mixer.
Actually, I think I gotta agree with you on that. I think if we start introducing just a little bit of some sugars, maybe take that Demerara syrup, take some little cherries, and then get you a little old fashioned going with that orange.
I feel like that could be some really good flavors out of him.
Exactly what I'm thinking too. Yeah. So with that in mind, I do agree that I think I'm gonna share your neat and cocktail designation. I think it's a great whiskey to have at a great price point. Ezra Brooks 99. I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
I was gonna say 8 as well. Very solid. Very solid.
Can't wait to see what that old Ezra number 7 has to offer us.
I want to get my hands on him next. Either that or that E.H. Taylor. Wasn't it small batch?
Probably it was.
Maybe next week.
Exactly. He passed up on it, but he wanted a little more than his support.
Yeah, I don't. I'm thinking about $90.